Okay, I'm hoping this is working. This is sort of a low budget operation. A lot of you asked me about my pancakes and how I do them. So I thought this morning I would show you how I do my pancakes real quick before I make these. I don't buy pre-boxed pancake mix. I always use flour. This is all-purpose flour. If you buy self-rising, you can skip a couple of these steps, but I don't like it because I like all-purpose for all my other flour uses. So I have some flour. Now the key is, and what I hope you always get out of these videos, it's not how much of anything. I didn't measure that. I don't know how much it is, and that's what I hope you get out of this, is that it's how much you put in there to make it right. When the flavor's right and the consistency's right, that's how much it is. It's not a cup of this or a cup of that. It's keep doing it until you get it right and it tastes like you want it to like. So here I have a little sugar. I'm going to add that. Again, that's just to taste. Now here's where it gets into the real keys if you're not going to use a prepackaged mix. This is baking soda. I have a little baking powder, about a teaspoon of each. To make this work, I have a chunk of a lime. The reaction of the acids in this with this baking soda and baking powder is what makes these pancakes get thick and nice and fluffy instead of being really small and dense. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a little vanilla to this. Everything you can add to get a little bit of flavor. Maybe a teaspoon of that. A little cinnamon, probably a teaspoon or so. This is peaches. I took a can of peaches, I put them in my food processor, just pulsed them a little bit, so this is what you got. That's going to add an awesome flavor to this. And then, it's just milk. And what we're looking for in the end is that right consistency where they're not too thick and not too thin. That's awesome. It just went everywhere. See, that's a great thing about cooking. And I always let Clay cook, even when he was small, because I always said there's no mess that we can't clean up. You know, if you cook, you're going to have a mess. It's just the way it is. You're going to make messes. Big deal. Let your kids get in here and get into this. I think, unbelievably, I just about got this right to begin with. I want a little thicker consistency so that they hold together better in the skillet. You can kind of see that consistency right there. I could add a little more milk to this. It tends to thicken up a little bit as it sets. So there you go. That's how I made these. A little baking powder, a little baking soda. Make sure you add a little citrus. You can use concentrated in those little bottles that look like a lemon or a lime. Lemon juice, orange juice, lime juice, whatever you have. Add a little bit of that. It's not going to affect the flavor of it. Then add whatever you want for your flavoring. Cinnamon, vanilla, peaches, whatever. I'm not going to show this in the skillet because frankly it's going to look like pancakes in a skillet. And that's not anything other than pancakes in a skillet. So that's not going to be very good. I will post a picture of this probably, the end result of this. But you see how thick that is. I like them a little thicker. That way they don't run all over the skillet. Hope you all enjoyed this. Wait for the next one.